Happy Wednesday, YouTubers. It's Ed coming to you in my second ever YouTube video. Woo! Alright, let's get right down to business. I had a couple different ideas for this video, and I decided to go with the explanation of my channel name, Extended Indecision. As you can see, it's a play on words with indecision and my name. The reason is I'm a pretty indecisive person, and I wanted to kind of explore why I am that indecisive person, what kind of problems it has for me in life, and how to possibly go about communicating with people that are indecisive. So that's what we're going to do. Get ready! So thinking back and growing up, I think I've come up with a couple reasons why I think I'm such an indecisive person. One thing is, I never wanted to be responsible for consequences. If I'm making a choice, and whether it involves me or other people, whatever happens, I would feel like it was completely my fault, whether it was good or bad. That's very stressful for me inside. So I kind of thought, well, if I don't have to make any choices, if I kind of leave it up to everybody else to decide, it kind of takes me out of the entire process and I can just go with the flow. Another thing is, if I had to choose to go do something with people, I never wanted to make somebody uncomfortable or be in a situation they didn't want to be in or weren't having fun with. So I always would rather have somebody else tell me what they wanted to do versus me trying to come up with something for us to do. Another thing is, I never wanted to have any of my choices be perceived as the wrong choice. I realized that growing up, adults and teachers would always tell you, if you make a mistake, it's okay because you learn from your mistakes. But in all reality, how often do you actually ever see that happen? Now, I know in truth, we really do learn from our mistakes because it's something we can take and we can analyze. But I never wanted to be judged for anything that I thought I was doing wrong. So it's always easier to not make that choice, or at least it felt like less pressure to not have to make that choice. One of the things that I also hate about decision making is decisions when it comes to like starting a project. Let's say I had to clean the house. Where am I going to start? Am I going to start in the living room? Am I going to start by vacuuming? Am I going to sweep the floors? I mean, it sounds silly and childish, but that can be very stressing. I found myself numerous times as a kid standing in my room knowing I had to clean it and not knowing where to begin and just feeling so flustered that I would just sit on the bed and not do anything. Well, my room's definitely not getting cleaned now, and I'm pretty sure my parents aren't really happy about that. I know I probably don't have to tell you why being indecisive can cause problems, and everything from day-to-day choices to actually important future-altering events. Some of the simple things like, what restaurant do you want to go to? Well, that can be a little bit stress-inducing because there's so many different restaurants out there. Where do you want to eat? What kind of food do you want to eat? Do you want to go far? Do you want to stay close to home? Do you want to eat here? Do you want to get takeout? Do you want to eat there? On and on and on. Stressful. When it comes to being indecisive about a project, where do you want to start? Do you want to start by researching? Do you want to do an outline? Do you want to start building something? Do you want to put together a presentation? Do you want to start, cleaning the house? Do you want to vacuum? Do you want to do the kitchen? Do you want to clean the bathroom? Do you want to sweep? And, on and on and on. It sounds silly, but it really does get frustrating. Moving on up, what about like vacation? Do you want to spend it on a cruise? Do you want to go overseas? Do you want to just stay close to home and do things? I mean, there's money involved with that, so that's kind of the big deal. And you want to make sure you get your money's worth and that everybody's happy. And that's not even including the big things. Do you want to get married? Do you want to have kids? Where do you want to live? Do you want to live in an apartment? Do you want to rent a condo? Do you want to live in a house? Where do you want to live? Do you want to move out of state? Do you want to move out of country? So many possible things. I mean, being indecisive can really, really, really put big monkey wrenches into these types of decisions. So now that I've given you a little bit of insight into why I'm indecisive and how that can cause a lot of problems in my life, I'm going to try to give you a couple helpful hints in dealing with people that are indecisive. First and foremost, if you're going to ask them a question about going to do something or starting something, give them some options. I'll give you an example. If you're going to go out to a restaurant and you're hungry, don't just say, I want to go eat. Where do you want to go? Give them some options. Let them know what you're thinking. Hey, hon, I want to go get some Mexican. Can you think of a good Mexican place in town that we can go to? Or, hey, I'm really looking to go out to eat. These are the three restaurants I really had in mind. Go ahead and pick one and we'll have a good time. That kind of stuff really helps somebody narrow down the choices so that way they're not all stressing out making sure that you're taken care of and they're taken care of and making sure they're not making the wrong choice. Number 2, when I make my choice, don't second guess it. Please, please, please don't ask me, hey, are you sure that's the right choice? Are you just doing that because you don't really know what else to do? Are you just doing that so shut up and we can move on? Nothing frustrates me more than when somebody does this. I can't speak for everybody, but I'll go ahead and assume here that nobody wants to have their choices second guessed. So whatever they say, just go with it. You gave them options, they made a choice. My third helpful hint here would just be patient with them. They might not know right off the bat. They might take a little bit of time to discuss inside their own head what it is they actually really want to do. So just give them a little bit of time. If you've given them options and you agree with what they're going to say no matter what, I think they're doing pretty good. So there you go. There's your answer. There's your explanation for my awesome channel name, Extended Indecision. What I am going to do really quick is give you a sneak peek into a couple of the videos that I'm hopefully working on. And by sneak peek, I mean I'm going to tell you I don't have anything recorded for them yet. One of the things I did want to do was a segment that talks about 3 things that I really like. I would like this to expand out into more than just 3 things, but I wanted to get a start in it somewhere, so that way we can start to dig into a little bit of what I like to do for fun, what kind of hobbies I have, things of that nature. Another thing I was going to discuss was, for those of you who are my friends on Facebook, you might have seen my posts of email exchanges going back and forth between Michigan's Attorney General and myself, or at least his office and myself. I want to do an entire video on that bit. That's what this video was going to be, but since I got another response from them a couple days ago, I want to make sure I have all of the information before I actually post a video, so that one's going to be coming soon. The third video I'm working on kind of ties into the holiday season. I wanted to do a Thanksgiving video after sitting down and having a couple thoughts run through my head, but since Thanksgiving's tomorrow and I don't really want to wait that long to get a video up, or I don't want to put a video up after the fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on a Christmas video. It's got to kind of tie in with consumerism / religion and just put my feelings out there about, you know, what I feel about the holiday season now that I'm an adult and, you know, I live my own life. So that's it. That's pretty much what's going to be coming down the road. As always, thanks for watching. Go ahead and leave me any kind of comments or suggestions or anything you want in the bottom comment section. I'm going to post this to my Facebook and my Twitter account and my Google Plus page if anybody's on there. Otherwise, you guys have a great holiday. For those of you working, don't worry about it, man. Just get through it. It'll be over soon. For those of you that got 4 days off, enjoy your 4 days off. For those of you not celebrating, just enjoy the next 4 days. Take care, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace!